Well, I think we're live. Yeah, maybe.
Hello.
Maybe. It is a small game tonight. We're just three players and myself, but we're going to have some fun. This will be the last of our Halloween games. Nice little small game called Fear Response. And I'm going to drop. Here we go. Okay, that is the link to drive through. It's still under $5. Pretty cool game. And the adventure we're playing tonight is from the series called Grindhouse for Call of Cthulhu. They're short one-night modules. So that's what we're going to be using. If anybody's interested in grabbing those, cool stuff right there. So we're going to build characters and go right into it. It's a very simple thing. The three charts that we're going to use in this game are right on the screen there. The terror check result chart, the what your traits do chart, and what weapons do. And that's pretty much the only references we're really going to need. Now, if you guys will go over and look at the PCs, get the right one. Here we go. Dion's already grabbed one, and I'm going to use his for reference. But if Bill, you grab player 2 and you grab player 3, Oak. I didn't have a chance to make a proper, nice Dion, a proper sheet. So I'm just going to walk you through how to fill out what's on the screen here. So who you are tonight, you're basically you, or an idealized version if you want. You're a bunch of geeks that made good. You've got a successful YouTube channel that's pulling in bank as you make all that fun content out there.
Wow,
and you guys are taking game. Yeah, it is a fantasy. It is completely fantasy. You guys are taking a little break. You have rented a small island in a cabin to get away for a few weeks. And that's what it is. You don't have to make exactly you, but you-ish is fine. So there are 3 stats: body, brains, and wits. But really don't think of them as stats because you're just people. You're really no better or worse. You're average all around. But you do have 3 points that you can put into them. You can load one up with all 3, or you can spread them out however you want. Those points are not like a stat score. What they are is when you do an action during the game and you feel like having a good body or good brains or good wits would help you, you can spend a point to get an additional D6 to your roll. Okay. Once you've spent it, it's spent until you can rest, you get some recovery, then it'll come back. But they are not points as to say, I've got a 2 body or a 1 body. And that's not what they are. With the exception of wounds. Everybody has 3 wounds plus the number that you put into body. So go ahead and do that for your characters. Trauma and resolve are going to start at 0. You accumulate those as bad things happen to you.
So body, brains, and wit can have 1 to 3 each, or total.
They can have 0 to 3.
Okay.
But you have 3 points to spend and only 3 points. So you put them wherever you want.
Wounds was what plus body?
3 plus your body.
Plus body. Okay. And I missed the part on trauma and resolve. What are they?
They start at 0. You earn those as you experience bad things. So they'll stay empty for now.
I will go balanced.
Mm-hmm. And again, you don't have to play you, just you-ish.
Well, we don't have enough stat points for me to play me, so I'll just go with this.
I remember the original White Wolf system. There was a module where they told you to build yourself and how bad you felt because you couldn't spend all the points. Like, if I'm being honest, I can't spend all these points.
Yeah.
Yes. The next thing, when you roll to succeed or fail at something, if you have nothing in your background that would make you better or worse at something, it's just a D6, a single D6, and you need a 6 to succeed. Okay? Under abilities here, you've got primary, secondary, and tertiary. These are 3 things you're good at. So if you're doing something that's your primary thing you're good at, instead of rolling a d6, you roll a d10. The secondary is a d8 instead of a d6. Tertiary is a d6, but your target's a 5 instead of a 6. Okay, so just pick 3 things you're good at. They can be general-ish. They don't have to be too specific. And if you want to rename them, just hit the edit button and change the name there, but leave the macro as it is.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so we can put whatever we want for our primary and tertiary and secondary and all that.
Yes, anything you want.
Okay.
What kind of are we in a modern setting?
This is today. This is right now.
Okay.
There.
All right, so Dion has gone with 1 body, 1 brain, and 1 wits. So your wound should be 4, not 3.
Oh yeah.
So we'll
Thank you.
change that. Your primary thing you're good at is being pretty with a D10. Being cool is your D8, and being nerdy is your D6. Awesome.
Yeah.
So what role do you play in this social media empire, this YouTube channel that has gotten their gold plaque on the wall?
Oh, I am definitely the social media icon. Like I am the
Okay,
face.
so you're the icon. You're the
I'm
face.
the face.
Or-
I'm the
the
hey, what's
face,
up, you
okay.
guys?
All right. What's your
That
character's
guy.
name, Dion?
We're just gonna go with let's see. We're gonna just keep it as Dion.
This
Yeah.
is gonna be Dion,
Yeah.
the diva.
I'm
All
gonna go
right.
last because I just heard something break in the kitchen. I'll be right back.
Oh, that's fun. How about you, Bill? You done?
Almost.
Okay.
If I could learn how to spell, it might go a little quicker.
Bah. Spelling.
Bah.
Overrated.
Who needed it?
Webster, you're not my dad.
Yeah.
Second.
I'm back. Damn cat on the counter.
Okay. Do you have yours done, Oak?
I think so. I went with balanced, 1 and everything, 4 wounds. My primary is computer, secondary mechanics, and tertiary being gaming.
All right. What role do you provide to this very successful YouTube channel?
Probably the technical support and aspect, and run segments on computers and gaming mostly, and building your
Okay.
own PC.
Yeah. All right. So you're the techie guy, and you run the specific part of the channel about building and constructing. Okay. Yeah, that works. That works.
All right.
How are you coming, Bill?
I've got it. I've got it.
All right. So you went with body 1, brain 0, wits 2, giving you 4 wounds. Your D10 is figuring. Oh, we need to do that for Oak. But oh no, you did that. Figuring out if someone is lying or hiding information at a D10, fighting or shooting at a D8, and resisting the effects of fear and terror at a D6. What role do you play in this very successful YouTube company?
Muscle.
I handle kind of. I figure I handle kind of the business end of it, like because I'm pretty good at figuring out if someone is lying. So if they're just full of shit, I know right away, and there you go. And if I need to kick some ass, I can do that too.
Okay. Now, the last part of this, if you guys will look under the handouts, under hidden knowledge, you've got derangements, agenda, trauma, and secret.
Mhm.
I am going to, on the Discord channel, I'm going to message each of you with which one of those things you have. Okay. Look it over. And whenever you can insert it into the game where it makes sense, just story-wise, or you want to use it, you can announce that you are revealing your hidden knowledge. Okay, and it tells you what the benefits for doing so are as well. So let me get in here real quick. All right, Dion, I'm doing yours first. Okay, that is your thing, Dion.
That's it. Just one word.
Yeah, and then look it up in the hidden knowledge section on the Roll20 to read what that
Oh,
means.
okay.
Bill, I've sent
Mhm.
yours.
Now, do we determine what our own thing is?
Yep, you just make it up and you insert it when it feels like right in the story that you want to insert it in. And there you go.
Take it, yeah.
And then under the description of each, it'll tell you what it will do for you in the story as well. So if you're playing with a larger group, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to have 4 of these plus 2 that are just blanks, and you kind of hand them out to your players. So 4 other players will have something special, then 2 of the players will have nothing additional. And then you just kind of get it into the storyline when you can. Also on the screen here, you're going to see a second. Objects and tokens. Well, they're in the background. Okay, I got to move them. Okay, so these ones in the center here, they're called desperation points. You earn them by doing cool things in the game, and I'll throw them on the table. It's a pool that any of you can use. If you feel like you need a little boost to whatever it is you're doing, grab a desperation point. It'll allow you to add a +2 to the roll, but it's before the roll. Okay, so before you roll, you can grab one, decide to use it. Spending your attribute points. When you feel like you want to spend one of the points in your attributes to help something, it's an extra D6, but you can do it after the roll. Okay. And there we go. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get started then. Let me fix this screen up a little here. Man, 3 monitors and it still doesn't feel like enough. Okay, so you guys it's summertime. And after just a very long year of putting out content, you guys got your gold what is it, trophy? What is it? 1 million subscribers for a goal, or is it more than a million? I forget what it is.
Yeah, I think that's when you get your little plaque.
Yeah, you got your gold plaque from YouTube as a up and coming stream. You guys are making pretty good bank. All of you are able to do the other mythological thing of paying off all your student loans.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So yeah, you're doing really well, but it's been a hard year and you're going to take a little break. You guys are doing little reruns on your channels for the next few weeks. You decided that the company is, you have rented out a small island, a nice little cabin. You found it. You found the listing for this rental, nice little place out in Maine. Actually, a fisherman owns the place. He is renting it out as like an Airbnb style thing, and it sounded like the perfect place to do a little fishing, get a little R&R, and to, of course, do some gaming while you were away. So you guys are met by the captain of a charter boat. on the sturdy wooden dock, not too far from the airport that you've just gotten off of. You've got your baggage. You've packed correctly for Maine weather during the summer. So some thick clothes, some thin clothes, a little bit of each. And as he is getting everybody situated on the boat, he's telling you, well, the main electrical breakers for the house is just inside the front door on the right. We keep it all shut down when there's not any guests there. Just flip it up. You're ready to go. I'll see you back here in a week, 2 weeks. If you're running into any problems, though, you can reach me by radio. You make sure that you guys have a radio unit. So there's a backup at the house, too. It's already set for the right channel, so you just pick it up, hold the button, say Bleak Island to the Levinsons 3 times, release the button, simple enough. The boat's name is Abigail. The 3 men finished loading all your gear onto the boat. And let's do this real quick. So everybody's just going to go by their normal names. So Bill, what is other than your normal luggage? What's one extra thing that you brought along with you? Now, keep in mind it's something that has to be able to been flown here with you.
I don't know, maybe like a tablet with like, some kind of cell service built in.
All right, yeah. So a nice cellular tablet sounds good. Your gear is loaded on board. You take a seat on this rather small boat. Dion, you're coming up next. What have you taken with you? Something extra special. Got a GoPro. Got your cameras going, of course. Of course. You also take a seat. Oak, how about yourself?
I'm going to have a little repair kit for like computer use, some clippers, the small screwdrivers, a multimeter.
Okay.
Just a hand kit.
Very good. So the trip takes just a quick 30 minutes out to the island itself. The water is still a little cool, but is very crisp and clear. You can kind of see rocks and some fish in the bottom, but as you go out further, you see that it gets a bit deeper. If there's anything else you want to ask of the crew of the Abigail or its captain, feel free. But otherwise, you're starting off mid-afternoon. Your plane arrived a little late because, of course, security took longer than normal. It always does.
Is there like any cool sightseeing places around our cabin you guys know about?
The island is a little small. It's about 3 miles all around. There's some beautiful trees out there, and you're coming right at the peak of the season to see those leaves really in just full blossom out there. There's a fruit orchard as well. Feel free to pick anything you like. He kind of looks you up and down and says, don't eat anything that's fallen on the ground.
All right.
What kind of wildlife you got here?
Not a lot. I mean, you got some deer that occasionally swim out to the island. Other than that, the fishing's great. Of course, that was what was in our brochure. Feel free to do any kind of fishing you want, except for dynamite. No dynamite now. We got your licenses all clear. They're in the cabin there, so don't have to worry about that. Game wardens won't be around anyway. It's a private island. No reason for them to be around. Nothing large living on the island. I mean, you're going to have a few rodents and such, but the cabin's been cleaned out. It's been fitted up with all the modern conveniences you'd like, and we guarantee ain't no pests in there.
All right.
Sweet.
Well, thanks.
Any questions, Oak?
Nope, I think I'm good to go. I'm ready to do some relaxing out here.
All right. So quick 30 minutes later, you arrive on a very nice dock. It's been recently upgraded it's got like a shady area. It's got some like cabana chairs out there so you can enjoy the sun if you'd like. But they quickly unload your gear, and you can see just a small trail that runs up to a very nice looking cabin. There's sparse trees around. It's a very picturesque setting. Looks very calming. The pier itself juts out about 50 feet into the ocean. There's 100 yards of sandy beach either side of it. So if you want to do any beach laying, you can. But the rest of the island shore is very jagged, with rocks and boulders. So you just got this little stretch right here near the pier. But there's plenty of room to swim, fish, even build a bonfire if you really want to. So again, he goes over how to use the radio, leaves it with you. You guys basically took what you could take with you on the airplane. That was it. There's going to be more of you, but some of the team called out right before you boarded your plane. So you're down 2 of your cast members. That's all right. They're dicks anyway.
Yeah, they're interns.
Do we have plenty
That's
of
right.
booze?
Well, the cabin's stocked, of course.
Good.
Do they have fishing gear
Nice,
here
so.
already?
Yep, everything you need. There's even some masks if you feel like doing a little snorkeling, although it's not terribly suggested. There are a lot of sharp rocks around the island, but if you want to, it's there. So you guys follow the winding dirt path from the dock, and you emerge into a nice little clearing. Towards the center of the island is the cabin. It's very rustic on the outside, old boards, shuttered windows. It's very sturdy looking, though. There's a dozen wooden steps that lead up to the door, and there's a little stone well with a wooden cover over it. And I am going to show you just the map of the place. Here we go. This is the cabin. It's 3 rooms. Actually, yeah, 3 rooms, bathroom, kitchen, living room. It's got a large fireplace that rises up out of it, as you see.
I'm not seeing it. I mean, I see it on the stream. I'm not seeing it on my
Yeah,
screen.
hold on. Maybe I have to share it with you guys. Maybe that's it.
Oh,
Here,
Shift
show
C,
to players.
oh,
There it
yeah.
is.
There you go. Now can you see it?
Yes, sir.
There we go.
Yep, got it.
Okay, so the entryway is up front. Oop. Right out here where the well is. Of course, the well is showing as being open, but it's boarded up. Top's boarded up. It's big. It looks like it could swing open, but there's a big hasp and a big padlock on it that look fresh, new. All right. Assume that you go up. You guys have the key to it. Each of you have a key. It's just an old brass affair, like a very old style key. But the lock turns very easily. It's been well oiled. You throw the door open, and you smell antiseptic. It's been very thoroughly cleaned. You find the electrical breaker. He tells you it's on the right side, and you push the very stiff handle, and the lights come on, just blazing around the rooms. It's kind of the bulbs are kind of like the daylight bulbs. They're bright, but they're kind of soft at the same time. The place smells very clean. There's a huge antique wardrobe that you can see from the hallway here. It reaches almost to the ceiling. There's this beautiful oriental rug on the floor. The decor is all very rustic, but clean and neat and orderly. Giant fireplace there. You guys saw the layout on the internet when you were coming in, so you know there's 3 bedrooms. That's 7, 8, and 9. Kitchen's 4. You got like a little entertaining room 3. 2 is the dining room there. You do see like there's deer heads on the wall that have been stuffed and mounted. Very rustic looking, but you also see the Wi-Fi routers set up. There are numerous decanters of different liqueurs along the little shelf here by the fireplace. The electricity is you were told by the brochures the electricity is powered by solar and by generators here on this island, and it's all very up to code. You shouldn't have to worry about any of your devices. So what do you do?
What time of day is it?
This is like late afternoon at this point. You've got several hours before it gets too dark. Probably good 4 or 5 hours, actually.
After stash gear, I'm gonna claim room 9.
You're gonna climb room
Seven.
9. Well, let's. Okay.
I guess I'm an 8.
So 9, it's got a double bed. The bed's got crisp, clean sheets on it. There's a chest of drawers and a small lamp on the top. All the drawers have been slightly opened, and you can see that like there's cedar balls inside. Very clean, very neat, but not a lot in here. There's some electrical outlets, but there's no television, No other like modern conveniences, but you got your plugins there. Who took 8?
Me.
Okay. Double bunk bed in yours, a chest of drawers with a small lamp on top. There's an empty shelf on the southern wall. Again, the drawers are slightly open so that you can see the little cedar chips and cedar balls inside. There is a box of matches and 3 partially burned candles on top of the dresser.
Okay. Are they all
And again,
even?
all the sheets are crisp. It's new. Yes, they're the candles. Yes, they're all burned down to about the same level.
Okay.
They have a nice smell to them, kind of like a sandalwood kind of smell.
Okay.
And then Bill, you took 7.
Yep.
Double bed on yours. Simple wooden footlocker. It's closed. There's a low bookshelf on the wall. There's a small lamp nearby. The books are mostly mass market paperbacks, like all the the curtain. You got a lot of Pattersons there and a few other things. All on the top 20 list. There's also Webster's Dictionary, a King James Bible, and just inside the door is an authentic bear rug. It's seen better days, but it's been repaired and it's been cleaned. And again, the whole room is just very clean, very crisp. You can still smell the cleaning agents in the air just a little bit.
All right.
And again, no conveniences, no TV, nothing like that, but plugins. You can see they've been retrofitted onto the walls.
Of course, the first thing I want to check is just if I'm getting any service with my tablet here.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You saw the Wi-Fi router in the living room when you came in, and you got good,
sweet.
strong service.
Okay, good.
After I get settled in, put a stash all my equipment and gear, I'm going to look for the fishing poles.
All right. Look around, so you find the room 6 is the bathroom. It's got this huge, oversized brass clawed tub. You were told in the brochures there's only cold water that comes through the pipes because it comes out of its own well here. But there is like a little fire pit with a large copper urn in it where you can heat water and fill up the tub with it if you want. There's old timey razors. There's a beautiful mirror. It looks like it came from like an old bar, like a 1920s style bar that had like Art Deco. It's got brass and glass for the mirror. It's very beautiful. There's a long bench, and you can see that the area is also set up with steam rocks, and like so you could close the door, you could turn on that fire and get some water boiling and turn this into a steam room too if you wanted to. So 4 is the kitchen. It's refrigerator, stove, and everything looks old. And the stove is a wood stove, a wood burning or a coal burning stove. But you open up the fridge and it is completely stocked. It's got all the foods that you requested, all your favorite beverages, everything that you pre-requested has been filled in here. The shelves are stocked with all kinds of like pickled vegetables, meats, all kinds of things you were told you're welcome to use. They're all done here locally. Lots of preserves. Room 3 is kind of like the storage room there. And that's where you find the fishing poles, little trout box where you can put your fish in while you're still fishing, even waders so that if you want to do some fly fishing. Everything you want's in room 3 there.
Cool. Anybody else want to go? I'm going to start loading up.
Hell yeah. I assume there's either a cooler somewhere, or we brought one with.
There is a cooler, and you've got an ice box here that bags of ice are preset for you too. There's cases of beer, whatever brand you drink, whatever liquors you like, have all been filled in.
I'm going to load some up in the cooler and grab a fishing pole and go with Oak.
Okay.
You coming,
Sounds
Dion?
good.
Or are you going to stay here?
I'll go fishing. Yeah, that sounds great. I can get some like good GoPro footage while we're like out on the boat and make like, well, no, collab or something.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
You're probably thinking he always brings his work with him.
I have
Everything's
the
a possible
GoPro
video.
on my head already.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys head down the well-worn path to the beach again. It's set up already. There's areas where you can set up a small bonfire. There's even like a little iron grill where you can cook some fish or whatever else you catch as well. Well thought out. All definitely here for vacationers. And you spend the rest of what's left of the afternoon doing some fishing. All right. So catch some fish. Some of the local wildlife shows up trying to snag away some of your fish in the form of like seagulls and lots of birds. But otherwise, it's very pleasant. There's just enough coolness in the temperature that you don't have to bundle up not too well. It's not too much sun. It's altogether a very nice afternoon. Is anybody drinking or otherwise?
Probably nursing something.
Yeah, I'm drinking.
All right. To excess or just to relax?
Somewhere in between.
Yes, I'm just gonna relax a little bit. I still have water with me too, so I don't get dehydrated.
I'm gonna pass. I'm like trying to watch my carb intake right now. You know, like I gotta keep my 6-pack in check. You know what I mean?
You don't know what you're missing. And
Yeah.
I toast with Bill and we drink.
Yeah.
Oh, so so he's the one that's got all the sports bars that were added to the list on the shelves. Yeah. You probably cook some of your catch there just to get it fresh from the ocean, but otherwise you take your catch back to the house, clean it, cook it, whatever you want to do, store it. Fireplace is it's a gas fireplace actually. There are logs set by. You can the gas is there basically to get the logs burning, but then you can burn logs or you can burn gas, up to you. There's been some dry kindling already set out, enough for the couple of weeks that you'll be here. The only thing that's a little unusual is there's no electronic devices, no radios, no televisions, except for the Wi-Fi. There is strong Wi-Fi, so
There's no extra radio here, like the guy said.
just your two-way radio, like your CB radio.
Oh, he
It's not
said there
like
was one at the house too.
Yep, you want looking around for it.
Yeah.
You don't actually see it right away. Like it's not in a conspicuous corner or laying out on a table or anything, but he did say there was one here.
Are there any
If
like
we're having trouble
cupboards
finding
or-
it, I'll look outside for an antenna and then try to trace like a cable.
Okay. You actually don't see any antenna around the house at all, but you do see a thick set of cables that go off from the top of the roof out into the forest line. And then kind of looking up at the sun's kind of going down, there's a large antenna out maybe half mile from the house.
Okay, yeah, I'll try to trace it back into
Yep.
like see where it's going and try to find it to lead to the radio.
It leads to this room 3 here, the gear room. But you can see in the walls where there's an input jack that you can plug the radio into for the antenna, like a coax cable, but the radio's not in here. You
Well,
also
here's the-
see that there's an outhouse out back as well. And now that you're thinking about it, you go back and look to make sure the room that has the tub in it, there's no crapper. There's no John in here. You have an outhouse.
Old school. Let me cautiously look at how bad this thing looks inside and or smells.
So you want to go out and check out the outhouse?
Might as well.
Okay.
Gonna have to.
The outside is the outside is very rustic. Wood, some hammered iron. You open the door. The floor is well worn, and it's got the wooden bench style, but they put like modern toilet seats on the bench, so there's like 3 of them all in a row. And you can smell that antiseptic smell again. So like they use Riddick's or something inside the pit hole to keep down the gases and the smells. There's also just on the inside of the door a pair of old rubber galoshes, like rubber boots that would slip over your normal shoes. like someone had just forgotten them here.
I guess if it's raining or something. Well, hey, we can have a party poop. There's room for all three of us.
Oh my god! Wow, that'd be great for content. We could do a promo in there.
You could title it "I Shit You Not."
Oh my god, you're a genius! I'm gonna look through, like, is there cupboards or anything in this?
There are.
Can I just
Each of
open
the
them all
rooms
up
have
and
some
see?
kind of cupboards. Where
Yeah,
do
I
you
wanna-
start? What room?
Let's look at this again. Let's start in the entry hall. Let's just go there. Is there like an armoire or anything, or?
Yeah, there's that very large, like the floor to ceiling wardrobe, very antique looking, very nice looking.
Open it.
Inside is actually there's some bathrobes. They're very clean. They still have the plastic wrapping on the outside.
Whoa!
There's like a smoking jacket, a couple of different hats. It's a stocked wardrobe.
This is awesome. I'm gonna wear this after my bath. I take one of the bathrobes, I throw it in my room real quick because it's like right around the corner. I guess I would look around for like any other like cupboards or anything. Not in the bedrooms, like that's our business, but in like the
Just around the house, okay?
bathroom. Yeah.
Yeah, so you just kind of do a general look around. There's several bookcases with all kinds of books that you think were probably bought like in a garage sale or a rummage sale just for their looks, like they're kind of the old leather bindings, but they're nothing like really impressive. They're like copies of Moby Dick. There's a copy of Walden. There's a French to English dictionary. There's a Joy of Cooking from 1931. One particularly well-thumbed book is A Field Guide to Birds by Peterson.
Alright.
The kitchen has got everything that you requested that they be stocked with is in here, but there's also several wooden shelves that are just occupied with dozens and dozens of mason jars with all kinds of preserved foods from the area, like tomato sauces, vegetable stew, pickled eggs, ham hocks, mushrooms, pearl onions.
Oh, mushrooms! I'm gonna get so fucked up.
So you actually think that. So Dion, do you think you have a skill related to knowing the difference between different types of mushrooms?
Yeah, because I'm so cool, and in being cool, I would know that.
Okay. Why don't you roll the die associated with being cool? What is that, a D8 or is that a
D8?
It's a D8. Okay, roll a D8 for me. So 5s and betters are successes. So an 8.
8.
All right. Okay, so yeah, you're looking at them. You're looking at them really closely because you're like, and they are definitely of the psilocybin family.
Oh.
Nice. This is gonna be a fun
Fun guy
weekend.
for the fun guy.
It's like a.
Do you open
what
the lid?
size? Yeah.
Do you open
Yeah.
the lid? Okay, so not only are they mushrooms from that particular family, they're also it's vodka. It's like it's strong, really good, spicy smelling vodka.
All right, I'm gonna go hide this in my room for later.
There was just the one bottle of the special mushrooms.
If I hide that in my room for later, I don't tell them.
Okay. All right. So as Dion's running around checking all the cupboards, what are you doing, Bill?
I'm gonna get online and try and research this island, see if I can find anything out about this place. If, it's kind
Oh
of
yeah, doing some research.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. You pull up some public records on the place. It's currently owned by Captain Dale Levinson, who was the captain of the ship that brought you here. He inherited it through Dale Levinson. It sat on the market for a good 10 years before the captain took it over. Looking back a little bit, you find out that it was originally built and owned by the West family. I tell you what, do you have any skills at doing research?
I mean, I don't know. Like I suppose we've all probably got some skills with that. Maybe nothing like
That's
super.
probably your job
Yeah.
description. So that would be a D6, but a 5 or a 6 will do instead of just a 6, so a 5 or a 6. So on the screen, I've got a D6 button you can hit there.
Okay.
Got a macro for just a D6. Can you see it? You may not have the macro showing.
Okay. Now I had the map in the way. Yeah. D6.
5. 5's a success. So the West family is rather interesting. There is some, well, Dr. Alan West, the person who owned it before the Levinson, is actually a suspect in a bunch of murders. The place was built on this island in 1946 by Dr. Alan West. You find some newspaper articles saying that the doctor was buying a whole bunch of medical cadavers in 1950s. By 1955, there were some questions about him illegally acquiring fresh corpses. By the fall of that year, he fled the country when the authorities were looking into him for some disappearances of local destitutes and hobos that had gone missing.
Oh.
Purportedly, he fled the country to South America. The island eventually, and the premises, the cabin here, was in default for taxes. The state purchased it, and eventually that's how it ended up with the Levinson family. So it has an interesting past.
Okay, yeah, I'll definitely make sure I tell Dion and Oak what's going on with that.
All right. So while you're looking up this stuff, Oak, what are you doing? Come back from the outhouse. Oh, there is also selection of newspapers in the outhouse. Today's paper is there, and it also goes back about a week.
Okay. I'm going to go in and probably comb through the pantry more to look to see if maybe the radio is stashed in something, like a box or something.
Sure. So you're going to go through the pantry? Okay. Just a second. All right. So there's a big table, big wooden table in here. 1950s era refrigerator, but it's humming along quite nicely. Seems to be keeping everything quite cold. Drawers filled with cutlery, knives, cabinets filled with all the other implements you might need, pot, pans, the like. The sink has a hand pump for the water. You were told there was well water. The water is clear, very fresh smelling, very cold. There's a wood fire stove here, as well as it's got gas as well. Your choice, either one. The chimney, it connects to the chimney here. There's a lamp that's currently on, plugged into the one and only electrical socket in the kitchen. Looking out the backyard, there's a big window in the kitchen. There is an area in the back where apparently the wood split for the fire was done. There's still an axe leaning by a split trunk out there. There's also a door leading into the hall. I tell you what, why you're looking pretty hard. You're looking under things, tossing the place over. Are you got any particular skill at finding concealed things or being particularly observant?
The closest I could try to work into that would be my mechanical background, and when you inevitably drop that socket down in the engine well, that you got to find it and look for it.
Okay, I tell you what, make me that roll. Whatever dice size you got there. Five. Okay. 5's a success. You still don't find the radio, but there's something odd about the floor beneath the table.
Kind of move it, like step on it to see if it like moves or anything?
No, it's actually the fact that it doesn't move that drew your attention to it. The floorboards around the kitchen squeaks quite a bit, but when you get near the table, it's very solid.
I'm gonna get
So it doesn't squeak around the table like when you put your toes up underneath it there or walk, about a foot around it. Very solid beneath the table.
Does the table itself move, or does it seem attached to the floor?
It's not attached.
I'm gonna move it and then find something, a wrench that I've got something, maybe the end of a screwdriver, like the handle, turn it
Well,
around.
you said
hold
you
it
brought
by
a
the-
toolbox with you, right? Or a toolkit
Yeah.
with you?
Well, I'm assuming the type of tools are going to be smaller. But
Okay.
standard screwdriver, like turn it around and hold the shaft up, where I can tap with the handle.
Okay.
And
It doesn't take you long to figure it out. The table was actually put on top of a set of double doors that kind of open up sideways. Very thick doors matched with the same kind of planks that are used in the floor here. So you find the seam, but one of the reasons it feels like it's so sturdy is like it must be braced from below, because you can't. There's no way that you're seeing to open it up. It seems to have been permanently closed.
And are these in the floor or in the
They're
wall?
in the floor. No, in the floor beneath the table.
Okay. I'm just gonna holler, "Hey, Bill, Dion, y'all come check this out."
Whoa,
Yeah,
what?
looking
What?
in there.
Come out of my room after hiding the mushrooms.
Yeah.
It seems like they've got some door here they boarded up. I wonder what we think something cool's underneath this.
Open it.
You got your
Turn on my
GoPro going?
GoPro.
Yeah, I'm going to look around for any kind of better tools than what I would have, a crowbar, or if there was an axe outside, I could use the edge of the axe. Maybe try.
There's an axe outside. There's various pokers around the fireplace. Good, strong iron pokers. Very like a small like ash shovel and various
Yeah, I wanna
barbs
get
that you would
those
use to
first.
move. Okay.
Maybe try if there's a seam where I get maybe the shovel first. If not, try to wedge the poker in there. I don't want to
Okay.
damage property. But
Oh, okay. Tell you what then. Make me a roll. You're going to get it open. The question is whether or not you're going to damage it while doing so.
okay,
So
what kind of roll?
your job as being a tech is the techie, the technician. But do you have any skill that's particularly useful for being
Again,
careful?
Mechanics would be the only thing that would go to it.
I'll
'cause
buy
it-
it. Yeah, I'll buy it. Go
not
ahead.
damaging other things, components.
Yep, make that roll.
Where's my button? There it is.
An 8. That works really well. You're able to run one of those fireplace pokers. You find the seam, you kind of get it in there, and you find that there is actually a hasp. It's really weird because it means it would have been hasped from below.
Yeah, from the inside. Like,
Yep. And so you pop it and you open it wide, and there's this very strong scent of like chemical cleaner that comes from below. It's cold air coming out. It also smells just a little damp, a little moldy.
Probably a cellar or something. You figure they would have the latch would have been on this side. That's kind of odd. Unless it's a like a safe room kind of escape tunnel or something. Let's check it out.
Yeah, there's a good solid set of stairs that just a couple of feet below the lip, feet hit it. You're not seeing, like, you're looking around. You don't see like a light switch or anything though.
Does your GoPro have a light on it? I don't know
Yeah,
if
of
it's coming
course
on
it
or not.
does. It's got like a little LED light on top.
Here, go. You go first. I'm right behind you.
All right, guys. We're going into the secret tunnel. All right, what are we gonna find today? Who knows?
This is like
Oh,
the Blair Witch Project.
This is amazing. We're like out in the middle of an island. We found like a secret room in the first night we're here. You guys are catching this like fresh, man. I can't wait to upload this later.
All right. Yeah, that's the question. Are you just recording or are you live? Because you do have really strong Wi-Fi.
Recording.
You're recording. Okay.
We're doing it live.
Mhm.
Can you guys see the
Recording.
new
We
map
gotta
that I just-
edit it later.
That's true. Did you guys?
case
Can
I
you guys see the
scream.
map I popped up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, Dion, in the glow of your GoPro, your light reflects off a bare bulb swinging on a chain with a pull rope just at the very bottom of the stairs, and you see like concrete floor below, and it seems to be really darkly stained.
Can I pull
And there are
the
metal
chain?
doors off to the like east and west at the very bottom of the floor.
Can I pull the chain?
Yeah, you get to the bottom, you pull the chain, the light comes on. It's very bright. It's like a 100-watt old school
Whoa.
bulb.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
All right.
And what it reveals is some of the stains on the floor are fresh, like they're smeared and they still glisten a little bit.
I'm like, whoa, guys, look at this. This blood is like fresh. I'm like leaning in so
Blood?
my camera
What?
catches it. Look on the floor here. This stuff is like still like shiny. It's new.
Oh,
What
that
if the-
can't be real. This. I'm looking around. Is there any other kind of exit?
Not that you see it now. It's just a rectangular room that's got it's got two metal doors though to the east and west at the bottom of the stairs.
Can you reshare
Looking
that?
in-
I cannot open it. I closed it by accident, but when I go to the list
Oh
of
yeah,
things,
yeah, I got you.
open
Hold on.
cabin, but lab won't open.
All right, see if you will do it now. I did the share again.
Oh. Nope. Let me just refresh my thing.
Here, I can edit it and just share it with everybody, all players.
I'm sure I did something with it because I tried to pop it out, then it closed.
Yeah.
There it goes. Now it'll pop. I just had to reload. Never mind.
So as you're coming down behind Dion, you're seeing in the strong light that was turned on. Not only is some of the stains on the floor fresh, there's bare footprints in some of those stains. Where are you, Bill?
I'm probably following along with them.
Dude, you need to go live. We don't know what we're
Yeah.
gonna find with this.
Yeah, and my concern is like if this blood is fresh, is there someone still here? Is there someone else here?
I mean, maybe. I switched to live.
Okay. Yeah, a little indicator showing you that you've got a good, strong connection.
Mhm.
5 out
And
of
did we-
5 bars, and that
Did
you're
we come
live.
down in 12, or did we come down on
Yes,
the road?
12.
Okay.
Yep, you're in 12.
Well, we got 2 doors. Which one should we go to, guys? What do you think, chat?
What does chat say?
Chat saying you're totally going to get killed tonight.
Here, we'll flip.
Here's
a coin.
100 bits for your. Here's 100 bits for your survivors.
IRL re-rolls. Like
Dion starts a little poll, and the poll overwhelmingly says go right, which is room 14.
Okay.
All right, go to open 14.
Okay. The door is quite sturdy. It's like a steel door, and the handle, while worn, is it's quite locked, so it doesn't open.
It's locked. Think you can bust the lock open?
Yeah, I can see if I can finagle it. I got pull out some small screwdrivers, see if it's something I can try to pick.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and use that. What is it? A D8 for you for repairs?
Mechanics repair.
Mechanics. Okay. All right. 4. You slide one of your picks in, and it doesn't seem to work. Okay, now so some things you can do. This is after the roll, so if you want, you can spend points from one of your stats that would make sense, either probably wits or body. And
then
if you
does
spend a
that
point, you can
regenerate?
roll a d6. They do after you get some sleep or rest.
Okay. Yeah, this is a one shot. I've never played this system, so yeah, I'm gonna use my wits. Try to see
Sure.
if I can figure it out. So I
Yeah, so
just
roll a
drop that to
d6
0.
and add it. Yeah, just reduce it by 1 point and then roll a d6. You don't re-roll. You keep the 4, but then roll a d6 on top of it and you add them together.
Okay, so B6,
All right, that is a success.
10.
You think, hey, you didn't expect this lock to be so modern, so new, but it is. And so, like, you rethink the tools that you use, you change things out a bit, and in a moment or two, you got it popped. You hear the chunk of the lock disengage.
Okay, you ready to see what's back here, chat?
Open it. Open it. Come on.
So I'll let Dion get in position, and then whichever's best for the view, then I'll be on the opposite side to kind of push or pull the door.
Yeah. Door, you push the door, it opens in. The first thing that you're hit by is that the room stinks. It stinks of rotten fruit and ammonia. There is smears on the floor, mucus, blood, poop. You're pretty sure that's poop. There's bare footprints of at least 2 different people are quite evident. And the western half of the room is dominated by what appears to be 4 steel chambers, like, alien hyperbaric chambers. The ends of the hatches are all open, and they still kind of drip with some kind of greenish yellow fluid.
What kind of Area 51 shit is this?
Yo, it fucking stinks. Oh, God, chat, be glad you can't smell this.
Bill, are you seeing this?
What are we looking at?
A bunch of, like, incubation tubes. It's like
Is there
some
anything in
Chat's
it?
lighting up, telling you that you
Goo.
found some kind of drug haven, that those were obviously grow tubes, and they were making some kind of high potency drugs in there. You're so dead.
Nah, come on.
Yeah, these
We
are-
know if it was that.
Dion, these aren't grow tubes, are they?
I don't think so. Not for any drugs I know about. I don't think. Where are
Is
the
there
footprints
anything
go?
inside the tubes?
No, they're empty currently, and they're kind of leaking still with this kind of greenish goop. What did you ask, Dion?
Where do the footprints go?
Kind of all around. There's some heading out this way where there's a door. So like there's a door up here towards 15, and there's a door down here at the bottom towards 16. They kind of seem to go to the doors.
All right, which pair of footprints do we follow? The ones down to 16 or the ones to 15? The ones to the left or to
chat.
the right?
Do another poll.
Yeah, Paul.
And we'll do a. Unless you're just wanting to lead us, we can roll dice. Just 1, 2, 3s like north.
Yeah, you guys can just choose what the poll says. That's fine.
15. These ones
The
go to the
write-in vote on the poll is to get the hell out.
right.
So 15? Is that
Yeah.
what
So we
you're
think
saying
about
the
it. We
poll
look at
says?
like the number of viewers, and it's like getting to be one of the largest streams we've had. So hell no, we're not getting out.
Okay. Who opens the door?
Yeah, I'll be the door guy.
Muscles.
Okay. Oak, lit up by Dion's headlamp, which is the only light in here, by the way. That very strong bulb just really doesn't hit the corners of this room. So you throw open the wooden door. There's a 6-foot tall, 3-foot diameter vertical glass cylinder in the southeast corner. And then both ends are sealed with bronze caps. They're engraved with peculiar symbols, like pictograms. There is something in the cylinder that's really difficult to see from where you are. It's suspended in some kind of fluid, and it's slightly illuminated, but you're too far away to see what's in it.
What the fuck? I'm gonna get closer. The
Okay.
pentagram stuff kind of piques my interest, and I want to do a roll for being nerdy if I can like recognize it from some sort of like
Ooh, sure.
Call or-
Sure, nerdy is your last thing, right? So it's a D6,
Yeah,
but you need a
yeah.
5 or a 6.
Yeah. So, bam, 5.
5. Hey.
Nice.
Okay. They're quasi occultish. They're more alchemical. Like those are alchemist symbols for things like mercury,
Mhm.
silver, gold. So not occult at all. Like more like pseudoscience, if anything. But you get closer, and your lamp kind of illuminates it a bit more. What's inside? It's best described as a pair of like squid or cephalopods, kind of connected in the middle with this barrel-like body, and it's just covered in shiny black bulges. Um in the middle of it looks like it might be like a huge eye that's closed with the lids closed. And underneath all of those tentacles, there seems to be a long tongue-like appendage, and it's just kind of floating in the water. All right, I want you to make a fear or terror check now.
Yeah. How do
Me
I
too.
do
Give me a
Since
that?
I'm
second.
right there
So-
with him, or-
Well, he's the one who sees it first, so let's see what his reaction is before we get you in that room. Okay.
What
So
do I
the
roll?
fear check is a D6 +1 for each point that you have in wits.
Okay, so it's a D6 plus 1 right now.
Okay.
I got a 7.
You got a 7. Success. You're a little shaken, but you're unaffected by it. It's mostly just interesting to you.
What the fuck? Chat, have you guys seen anything like this before? Like, guys, I need all of you to, like, do your research right now. Like, dude,
Whip
look
out
at
my
this.
tablet and see if I can find anything on weird cephalopods in tubes.
Okay. Yeah, you start scrolling through it. Are you taking a look at this thing yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I figure I'm looking at it, I'm like, come on, that's got to be fake. That's
Okay,
ridiculous.
yeah. So you look at it, trying to figure out if it's rubber or not, and as you do, the large tongue that's coming out from beneath all the appendages kind of slaps the glass and kind of licks it. And why don't you go ahead and make me a terror check as well? So it's a D6 plus however many points you have in wits.
Okay, now I have my I don't know what you call it, the abilities. My tertiary ability is resisting the effects of fear and terror. Does that add anything?
I'll give you a +1 because you have that there.
Okay.
But the terror check's always a D6, and that's your last thing on the list anyway, so it's also a D6.
So it's D6 +1 for that, so it's a D6
Sure.
+2. Okay.
If it's a church, you can click the little dice on those skills, and it'll roll the right side, roll the proper size die.
Yeah, and it'll
I'll
ask you
send
for
you
the
a
modifier.
message, Bert.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, 5.
Again, that's a success. You're shaken, but otherwise unaffected. So you're able to get a good look at it. Man, that looks awfully real to you. And yes,
Oh.
Oak, let me take a look here real quick. You sent it in Discord? Yeah. I gotcha. Okay. You guys are recording it. Everybody on channel is like, it seems to be like people are saying, oh, this is a stunt. This whole thing is a setup. Other people are like, oh man, what is that? Some kind of biological that someone's making in here. Dude, you're so in a super secret government facility. And one person is offering you 100,000 new users if you sign up for their $7.99 a month plan.
Banned.
You too can be a YouTube millionaire.
Banned.
On my only feet.
Oak. So I take it you're looking at it as well.
Yeah, I'm getting up there. I'm like, what the hell is that? I'm
Okay,
kind of like reaching
yeah,
up
make-
and touching the side of the glass.
Oh, you touch the side of the glass. When you do that, that big bulbous piece in the middle opens, and it is a gigantic eyeball. And it tracks around, it blinks a few times, and stares right at you. Go ahead and make me that terror check.
Now you said it's plus wits. Is that wits max or what's left?
Current.
Okay, so
Yeah.
then I've got a D6.
Okay. Also a success. You're shaken. That is really strange, but you're okay.
I just kind of stare at
Shit, you
stare
woke me
eye to
up.
eye. It's like almost like I'm locked on it for a minute, just like what the hell, just like kind of really mesmerized.
Yep. I'm going to say that you get this thing is taking up all of your concentration. But as you look around, somebody in chat tells you, "Hey, what's that to your left, Dion?"
I look.
Yeah, there is it looks like a massive syringe, like a 3 foot long needle, and this massive syringe hanging on the wall.
What the hell? Is it full of anything?
No, it's
It's
empty.
empty. A 3-foot long syringe. What the hell? I'm looking
Maybe
it
is
over.
there? I look around on the tube. Is there any kind of like receptacle, like where this thing would go into it?
There's a plastic bung, like a black rubber bung that's in the center of it, and you can see there are numerous piercings, like someone shoved a needle through there to withdraw fluid.
Was he hurting this thing?
What is this thing? Is it like did they experiment on an octopus or what is it?
But why would they stab it? That's so messed up. It's what the?
Maybe they were feeding it.
But it's empty. I don't like. It looks like it's been stabbed a lot. Like I don't know. That's weird. Is there anything else in this room? Like
No, just this thing, this tube. You're not actually even sure what's making it glow because you don't see any electrical cables coming to this at all.
so weird.
Okay. And as you're thinking about it, as you're looking along, all of you hear what sounds like a heavy slap on bare wood and then like a sloshing sound, like something's being dragged. A slap and a and it sounds like it's getting closer.
Oh,
Was I able to find anything out about this online?
No, there's nothing. I mean, yeah, it's got some characteristics of like a cephalopod, like a squid or an octopus, but nothing exactly like that's coming up at all.
No, chat. This isn't Cthulhu.
I hear the noise. Is that coming from the room out behind us?
Yeah.
All right, I turn and check because I have the flashlight, so I'm gonna poke my head around the corner. Like
You poke your head around the corner and your GoPro illuminates this person. It's male, which it's not got any clothes on for one thing. But its face, the nose has been cut off. There's nothing but the nose hole there, where there's like this fluid, kind of like snot, just kind of bubbling on the open wound. There's 8 mouths around its neck and on its upper chest. They're all making this kind of saliva that kind of drools down his torso. And it's attached to its pelvis is not just 2 sets of legs, but 2 extra sets of legs. The arms look odd. They look spindly, but like there's tendons coming out from the torso connecting to them, making them bulge like muscle. And then there's a third arm coming out of like where the navel is. It's just kind of, it's got this itty bitty, almost like baby hand. It's kind of feeling around in front of it.
Take my strong hand.
does it have eyes?
Yeah. It's looking at you. It's drooling and it's kind of pulling itself closer to you.
Where
You're the only
is
one that sees it right now.
Where is it in
you in
the-
chat.
Yeah.
So go ahead and make another terror check to see this thing.
Yeah. Okay, so that's a D6 plus 1. That's a 4.
Okay, a 3 is a failure. You're frightened enough that any action that doesn't pertain to fleeing suffers a -2 modifier. You gain 1 trauma. So on your sheet, mark 1 trauma. Having
Okay.
trauma means that anytime you roll a terror check in the future, it's -1. For every point of trauma you have, you're
Oh.
-1 to the terror
Oh,
check.
geez.
So, what is your reaction? You highlight this thing, you see it, its little baby arm is just kind of grasping out at you.
Yeah. Where is it?
What do you do?
Like, how far away is it?
It's like halfway, it's like a good 20 feet away from you.
Is like at the doorway we came out of before?
No, it's
Like,
at the bottom. So like where
At
the
the
where the
bottom.
door to 16 is, it's coming from
Okay.
there and it's made its way up to like parallel to 17.
It's slow though.
It is slow. It like one of its legs doesn't seem to be working well and it's kind of dragging it. The other
Alright,
leg has got like really long toes.
I'm gonna panic and I'm just gonna
Okay.
scream, "What the fuck!" And I'm running out. I'm running to the stairwell.
Okay, so you pass near in front of it to get to the stairwell. You run into the stairwell. And as you do that, you see that the door to 13 is opened.
Oh fuck.
There's a little bit of light in there, and you see this huge operating table that's just slathered in fresh blood that's still dripping off of it, and you hear movement in there.
I'm going.
So Dion goes screaming from the room, taking the only light source
Yeah,
with him.
I say I'm screaming, God damn it, Dion, that's the only light.
Yeah, I'm running after him.
I'm grabbing that big
Okay.
syringe as I go.
Okay, yeah, you put it under your arm, you grab the syringe, and you guys, again, it's been moving a little closer. So now it's between Dion just squeezed by. So it's right in front of like the number 14 there. So it's between you and the stairwell. And both of you guys see this thing. Go ahead and make me a terror check.
Nope.
Once you pass, by the way, so you won't be frightened by similar things if you do pass.
Well, the pass
No.
from the other one doesn't count towards this one.
Different thing.
Okay.
Different thing. Yeah. Same type of thing. Once you pass, you're good. Bill, you got a 4, same thing. You're at a -2 to do anything except for flee, and you have 1 point of trauma. And how do you do, Oak?
Oh, I failed.
You failed?
Yeah, I got
what
a
did you
3.
roll?
A
A
3.
3, same range. So both of you get a point of trauma. You can do whatever you like, but you have a -2 to doing anything but fleeing. And it's between you and the known exit.
Yeah, I'm trying to stab it with that syringe just to drive it
Okay.
back. Get it out of the way.
So before we get into initiative, I'll let you do that. Okay, so do you have a particular skill at being good at fighting?
Nope.
Okay.
Gaming. I'm good at video games.
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no to that then. Which means it's just a D6 and you need a 6 to hit. Now, do you want to spend any of these nice little points that we have on the table, desperation points? You got to spend them before you roll. Each one's a +2.
Now, does it get one the thing that you sent me?
Do you want to bring it into play now? If so, you announce it and then you tell people what the thing is you have, and then you get the mechanical
for me
advantage.
because it says something about DM does it because I'm not sure if that's
Okay, hold on. Let me look this up real quick.
got my Smarties as Halloween tax candy.
Okay, so are you telling me you want that to come into play now?
Yeah,
Okay, in which case
that's what I was talking about
I'm
with the other thing.
I got you. So tell us, what is the flaw in your psychology? Like what is the mental break that you have, and then I'll direct it. So like tell me what.
I'll say that
The flaw.
as a young kid, my older brother would always read Cthulhu stuff to me to scare the shit out of me. And now that it's something I'm actually seeing something like that, because they always swore it was real, and of course mom and dad would be like, no, it's not. He would get in trouble for scaring me, but now I'm facing that actual terror, and it's something just snaps at me.
Okay. So I'm guiding your insanity then. Okay, so you believe that you are in the house of star-spanning creatures of the Cthulhu mythos. You are certain that all those stories were real, not fake. So you can go with any player knowledge you have about the Cthulhu mythos. But so you want to strike out at it?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're convinced that the writings of H.P. Lovecraft were, in fact, real.
Manual.
They were a manual of how to deal with these things. Okay. So we threw another token on the table, another desperation point. Do you want to tap any of those? Remember, you're already at a -2, so you
to the pool.
Yeah, remember you're already at a -2 because you failed your terror check, so you can't possibly get a 6 as it is.
Because it's at -2, correct?
You're at -2 right now with nothing
Yeah.
adding to
So
it.
I'll use the one that says add a desperation token to the pool when I reveal this.
Yep.
So I'll just use the
Mhm.
one that gets added and
Okay.
hope for the
That
best.
makes it even.
So I gotta just make a 6. Nope.
2. Do you want to spend one of your attributes? Like body
No.
would be useful here because you're fighting.
Yeah, this is a 1 point. Yeah, I'll spend the body to just try and just
Okay.
sheer strength, and that's another D6.
You add a D6 to what you've already rolled.
Okay, come on, I need a 4. There it is.
You do. All right, you hit and damage it. So damage is always 1 point, but then we look on the weapon list to figure out how big of a weapon this is. So it's not small. So we'll say it's a mid-grade with that 4-foot long needle. So 2 points of damage. You do 3 points of damage to it. You shove that needle into it, right into like right beneath one of its mouths. 3 points of damage. It pierces out the other end and it starts leaking fluid. You pull that needle back, and it just drops to its knees as all this fluid starts gushing out of it, and then it just kind of slowly slumps over. Yeah, okay, Oak, you downed whatever it is. Bill, what are you doing? How are you freaking out?
I don't know. There's no way I can run by it.
The creature's down now, so you can just run right past it.
Oh, then I'm gonna leap over it and get past.
Okay, and so
Dion.
Dion has stopped, still screaming, but he stopped in front of the door that's opened on the other side of the stairwell. His eyes are wide, staring in. We'll get back to Dion. So Dion, there's this enormous medical table in this room, fresh blood, and all around in that room you can hear things that are getting out of the beam of your light, just kind of like that wet slapping sound on the bare concrete as they're trying to get out of your light beam.
I'm gonna be real cool, and I'm gonna look further into. I'm gonna poke my head into the room to like
Poke your head into
track
the
it
room.
in to look to see what's avoiding the light.
Okay. Well, other than the huge medical slab that you see, there are medical shelves in here that are filled with all kinds of just glasses with organic bits of matter floating in the water, bits of, like, you can see fingers and eyeballs. There is a sewer drain on the floor, and like it's obviously meant for this whole thing to be slooshed out with like a hose. You can actually see there's a water attachment on the wall there, and as you play that beam of light around, there's 5 more of these creatures in the room. You don't have to roll again. You've already freaked out over it.
Mm-hmm.
They all look different, though. They don't all look the same. One of them has the head and torso of a young girl, maybe 8 years old. 2 lidless eyes have been added to the throat, and what looks like gills are just below her ears. The abdomen is just this blob of undulating flesh, just like this blobs of just meat that are just waving around. And instead of legs, she's got these crab legs. She kind of scuttles side to side as she's moving out of your light beam. Another one of these monstrosities has like these like bird legs, like a stork's legs. and it's trying to get itself out of the light as well. Yeah, there's just all these like horrors that have been stitched together with other creatures. You're thinking, I'm not going to make you roll again. You're already freaking out, but that's what you see, and they're trying to get away from the light.
Yeah. I'm gonna scan the rest of the room because they don't seem to be a threat. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like a lab, like where surgeries are performed, but that slab is larger than man size.
I kind of like retreat back into the stairwell room and look over and see the dead one that they killed.
As soon as you retreat back, something that was behind the door slams the door closed in your face.
Oh, that's fine. I'm fine with that. Alright, so it opens into the room. Alright, good to know. I just kind of like look at them like there's a bunch of them in there, but like they were scared of the light, man. Like, what the fuck? We gotta get out of here. We gotta radio that boat.
It was as you're already backing up and them slamming. I'm already running past both of you, shoving you out of the way if I have to get up out of here.
You're going up the stairs? Yeah, I follow.
Yeah, it's what if they hadn't shut. It's like I can describe it. If there needs to be a roll for something, I'm going to accidentally like shove you into the room. Just I've got to get out of my way. I'm getting out of here because my
Well,
brain.
no one else was near the stairs, so yeah, you run up the stairs. You hit the doors are still open. So you kind of just roll out into the kitchen floor, gasping for breath. You notice that since you've been down there, the sun's gone down.
Yeah, I'm like, get out, because and I'm getting ready. I'll close you in if you don't get out.
Yeah, get out.
Me too.
Then I'm going to slam the doors, flip the table upside down on top of it, and just start piling shit on top of it, trying to weigh it
Okay.
down.
Yeah. You move the wood stove over maybe and throw it on top.
You got to find that damn radio. Tell chat to send someone.
You look down. You're showing no bars. Like the internet seems to be just crawling, and you drop stream because you can't keep the count going. You're barely getting any kind of signal at all.
We're not
So
getting
my cell
signal
service on my
upstairs
tablet
anymore.
doesn't work.
No, it works. It's just really slow.
Just repeating the word shit over and over and over.
Yeah, I get out. I'm gonna try and we have a handheld radio, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna call them in, do the thing 3 times.
Yeah, you turn it on. You do the tit, tit, tit 3 times. You're just hearing static on the line.
The radio's not working.
Well, it's working, but it doesn't seem like the reception's going anywhere.
I think something's jamming the signal.
Can I think clearly enough to know, like, can I take something and wire that hand radio into to where we can hold it, like some wires to the Cat 5 or the coax input?
You're no longer in danger, so you don't have that -2 anymore. You can make a roll and see if you can find enough wires that you can connect it to that coax on the wall.
Just do my repair stuff.
Yeah, just go ahead and give it a normal roll.
That's a no. But I'm going to use my brains to figure something else out.
All right.
There's
Roll a
all my
D6.
brains on. There we go. There's an 11 or 9. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, that's more than enough. You just rip some of the wires off of one of the lamps, and with that, you make a connection. And yeah, you're getting great reception. You turn it on; it's very clear. Do you do the 3 bursts and call for Levinson?
Yeah. Well, I'm holding like the wires and stuff, Dion, and like you do the talking. I'm trying to keep everything where it will stay connected.
Alright. I do the talking.
Okay. This is Captain Levinson.
Yes, hi. We were dropped off earlier today on the island. Uh, uh, we need to leave. We need to leave right now. Right now.
There's a
There's some.
pause,
Some
and
freaky
you
shit out of
hear,
here. You gotta get out of here, man.
"Did you guys find the mushrooms?"
No, no. Well, yes, but I haven't eaten any yet. I was saving it for tonight. But there's stuff that we found. It's crazy. Like
It's in the
we almost
basement.
died.
Give me some kind of convincing role, Dion. What are you good at? Are you good at convincing people?
I am really pretty, and he
Well,
would
pretty doesn't work on the
remember.
radio.
I'm really cool, so I'm gonna
You're
like
really
fast
cool.
talk my
Okay,
way through
He's a
this.
lot cooler
Like,
than I am. Yeah.
go ahead, make a roll.
all right,
6
6.
is a
Nice.
success. So he stops and says, "Well,
Oh, I
I
have
believe
trauma
you."
too, though.
That's just for the fear rolls, not for
Okay,
every roll.
okay, cool.
I believe you. I believe you haven't hit the mushrooms yet. It's a pity. It's a pity. It really is, because your dying would be a lot easier if you were high when it happened.
The fuck did he just say?
The
Oh
what?
shit.
What?
Yeah, well, don't worry. We'll be there. We'll be there to collect your bodies in the morning.
What are you
Do you have
talking
a
about,
preference? We were thinking we'd combine you. You're the pretty one, right? We're thinking we'd combine you with a deer.
dude?
You look
What?
awfully nice with a deer's tail and 4 legs, we're thinking.
Are you what? Are you fucking? Is this a joke?
Oh, it's no joke. It's no joke at all.
Motherfuckers, this was live streamed. You're all gonna get cops are gonna come, the FBI's gonna get this shit.
Yeah, that's what the last bunch said too.
Okay.
You know how many
then it's
followers
quiet.
we have?
Bert, I'm sending you a message on Discord.
Okay. Let's see what Bill's coming up with. He is tapping his knowledge, his forbidden knowledge. Let's see what he has. Typing. It's the slow connection you see after the sun went down. That's what's causing the delay here. Okay. You just tell me when that comes up then, Bill. And when it does, you can take the bonus that's applied to that and
Okay.
just work it into the fiction. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, the radio's gone quiet. You're still got great signal. You're receiving, you're sending. They've just stopped talking.
I start freaking out.
How so?
I'm like hyperventilating and like
Okay.
I start like panicking, freaking out. I'm like tearing the place apart, trying to find like anything.
Where in particular are you tearing things apart?
I am gonna start doing a mad session of tearing stuff apart in the living room.
In the living room.
Yeah.
You start just pulling down the bookcases. You rip that deer's head off the wall. They're going to combine you with the deer, Dion.
Mhm.
You rip the deer's head off the wall. And as you're doing this, one of the bookshelves was pretty close to the top of the ceiling. And when you push it over, there's a drawstring that kind of drops. It looks like there's an attic, and that's the pull string to get the stairway.
Guys, I found a way to the attic. You think we can hide up there?
Then we're just gonna be trapped in here. But maybe there's some weapons up there. We can check at least.
I pull it.
Okay, yeah, it unfolds into a set of stairs that go up into a dark attic, crawl space anyway.
I hand Oak the GoPro with the light on. I'm like, you go.
And I turn around, I hand it to Bill. You go. I've got the
Okay,
syringe.
so I'll head upstairs.
Yep. His GoPro's still recording, by the way, just not broadcasting. You go upstairs. It is a crawl space, so you can't quite stand upright up here. But there's dozens of cardboard boxes, old clothes, ceramic knickknacks, old newspaper wrapped glass. In the corners, a chair, a coat rack. There's a big wooden trunk with a whole bunch of leather-bound journals.
What's in the journals?
Okay. You got any kind of background in physics or medicine as one of your specials?
I do not.
All right. You can roll a d6. You need a 6, though, to get anything out of it.
All right. No.
Okay. Yeah. It's beyond you. It's some kind of medical notes. A lot of it is written in mathematical formula. Yeah, it's just not thinking anything you can really make out.
Use the spend a stat to roll a d6 to add to that one.
Yep. Yeah, you can still do that if you want to spend a stat. Probably wits if you've got any. Bill?
Okay, I can do that. Spend a point.
You got
of
a
it.
point in wits?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just roll a d6 and add it to your result.
Okay.
Well, that is a success.
So
Yeah.
open 8.
You find sections of it that you can understand. It is a chemical formula for some kind of, it's dubbed a reanimation fluid. There's notes here cautioning that an abundance or too much fluid can cause a cellular overload that results in violent explosion. Yep. And there's particular notes here that his scientific breakthrough is caused by something he's called the other, a biological specimen that he acquired somewhere in South America. Other than that, the books are filled with basically diagrams of dissections and vivisections and showing how animal parts are added to human parts. It all revolves around the serum, though. The serum is what reanimates the dead flesh after it's been combined. So Bill's going to be up there for a bit, going through these books. What are you guys doing down there?
I follow him up. I just want him to go first.
Okay, so you kind of hunched over. You can't quite stand up all the way. Are you following as well, Oak?
I'm going to stand at the base of the ladder or stair or whatever, and just kind of keep watch with it, just swinging that syringe back and forth, looking for something to stab.
Since you're at the bottom, you hear the sound of those wooden doors. Something is throwing itself against them, and you can hear the sound of the table that you threw on the top and the stove that you put on top of that shifting and moving like it's bouncing as whatever's beneath is trying to force the door open.
That shit's trying to get up, guys. It's trying to move the doors.
Get up in the attic and pull the string with you.
We're going to be fucking trapped up there. And I freak out, and I just run out of the house.
Yeah! You run out the front doors?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll me a d6. If you have any wits left, add that to it. Nope. And tell me what you get.
As a 1, sir.
It's a 1. Okay. All right. So we're in initiative. You rolled a 1. I roll a 5. As you throw open the front door, charging out of the forest line right at you has the head of a deer and its front quarters of a deer, and the back half of it is like a very large man. So it's like half deer, half man, with the back end being the man. As it charges right at you. All right. Here we go. Now you can take an action to okay, so here's the thing. You're not taken by surprise. You see it. It's charging at you because it's not very slow, or excuse me, it's not very fast because it's ungainly. If you want to take an action just to get out of the way or to dodge, you can do that. In which case, we'll do a versus roll instead of him just needing to get a 5. It's up to you.
Am I fully outside, or can I just slam the door?
You're fully outside. Yeah.
Okay.
Like you're just outside the door. Like you could easily jump back inside if you wanted to try to do that.
Yeah, it's just going to freak out. Like, oh no, there's one coming, so I'm just going to jump back in the house.
We're going to do this as a versus roll then, instead of
Okay.
him just needing a target number 5. Do you have any ability to be quick on your feet? Quick acting?
Nope.
No? Okay. It's a D6 then.
I've got fast hand-eye reflexes from video games.
Hey, let's take it. So that means a 5 or a 6 on a D6 for you.
Okay.
And he's rolling it.
One.
That's
Nope.
a fail. He succeeds. So those deer antlers just impale you. You end up taking 3 points of wounds. Can you take 3?
I have 4.
You have 4. Okay, you are impaled and shoved into the room as the thing goes into the room with you. So you fall into the living room, being gored on the end of this half deer, half man. Probably scream out. Don't know.
Screaming bloody
but,
murder. I'm dying.
Dion, you were the last one up the stairs, so you hear this. You look down at the floor below you, seeing this half deer, half man goring your friend. What do you want to do?
I am going to
Pull the ladder up
freeze,
behind me.
and by freezing and doing an action, which is inaction, I am unleashing my agenda.
Okay.
I sent you a message what my agenda is because it doesn't. My friends don't have to know what it is.
Right. Give me a
But
second.
yeah, I'm opening my agenda. So I get a desperation token that nobody else can
Yes.
use,
You get a free desperation token that only you can use.
and I close the thing behind me.
You close the trap door. So Oak, you see Dion closing that trap door, probably pulling up the cord as well. Bill, what are you doing? You may not even notice this is going on behind you because you're enthralled with the medical journals.
Yeah, I'm probably just reading that.
What does trauma do? Having
It
points?
reduces your terror check result by however many trauma you have,
Okay.
but no other check, just trauma, or excuse me, just terror. All right. Anything you want to do, Bill, or are you just going to keep reading?
I'm just going to keep reading. Look at the last sentence that I sent you.
Okay.
Is that a good idea? You know, I don't know how you feel about that or not. It was just an
You want to do
idea.
that right now? You want to do that right now?
Yes.
Okay. So you have the butcher knife. Why don't you go ahead and attack Dion?
Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
Now, okay,
All right. So do you have
fighting
any particular?
that's
If you're
a
particularly good at
secondary-
fighting, yeah.
Yes.
If you've got that special, yeah. So you're going to roll that. I think you're probably surprised, Dion.
Yeah, I'd
Is that
say I'm
fair?
surprised. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, do I add anything to this?
Just roll the d8 unless you want to use any of the desperation points that are on the table. That's prior to the roll.
Yes, I'm going to use one.
Okay. Now remember, you only need to make a 5 or a 6. Doing more doesn't help. So it's up to you.
Yeah, I'm going to use one.
You're going to use one. Okay. So go ahead and make the roll and add a +2 to it.
Oh,
So a 7
well,
is a
5.
success. Yeah. Oh, no, it's a 5. Okay, it's a 5. Okay, so that's a no, that's a hit. A 5 or a 6 is a hit. So that's a hit. You stab Dion with the butcher knife. It does 1 point of damage, and a knife is a minor weapon, so it does two wounds to you, Dion.
Ooh. Okay. I kind
So-
of like look up at you like really shocked. Like, oh, why?
Well, this captain, he's kind of my uncle.
Nice.
No
And,
way.
you know,
So we'll break from you for a bit because Oak's still alive. Oak, you're fighting for your life with the half man, half deer. What do you want to
Yeah.
do?
I'm gonna try to stab with the syringe I've still got. This giant syringe.
Okay, go ahead.
And it's just a D6.
It's if you have no particular skill at fighting, you need to hit a 6. You want to
I
spend
think
any?
you. What did I use last time? It was just a D6, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's just a D6. Do you want to spend any of the desperation points? Oh, oops.
Nope.
Oh, you got your 6.
Yeah, there's the 6.
All right. That's 3 points of damage. You shove this thing into it. And again, they don't seem to be that sturdy. They don't seem to be very healthy. You shove that syringe in, you pull it back, and there's just this spooge of just thick green. It smells awful.
yeah.
You're sprayed with it, but the thing just kind of bowls over and lays down as it dies next to you. If a deer could have an expression, you think it's thankful.
Did I hear Dion scream out or anything?
I don't know,
Not-
Dion. Do you
I-
scream out when you're stabbed?
No, I didn't scream. I just
Yeah, okay. You don't hear anything.
Okay. Well, he's pulled it up. I'm betrayed. I'm freaked out. I'm running out of the house, but instead of heading to the dock, because I know that those people are going to be coming that way if they show up, I'm going to try to trace the lines to the radio tower and see if maybe there's something that way.
You start
If I
running
can
through
get
the
away.
night
Yeah.
to the radio tower. It's a full moon. It's well lit, and you're running. Here's what we're going to do. You're going to make a test. Are you running quickly or are you running stealthily?
Yeah, I'm freaked out. I'm just like in a horror movie. I'm just stumbling, falling down, getting up, running.
Okay. Are you particularly good at physical things?
Other than
Any skill
mechanics,
for it?
no. I'm most of a chair warrior.
Okay, so it's a D6. You need a 6, but you can spend. You've got 2 desperation points on the table, and then you can spend probably body if you have any left.
I've
if
got
you
0
fail the roll.
points in anything, and desperation has to be done before roll.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to spend at least 1 desperation.
Okay, so it's a +2 to the roll. Go ahead and make that. You got it.
Too.
You just under the light of that full moon, you are just parkouring your way through the sparse wilderness, leaping over roots, diving past hedgerows, coming up at the other end, and just sprinting all out. In the distance, you can see this huge radio antenna lit up on the top levels with green and red lights that are kind of pulsing in the darkness. And yeah, that's you're running free. You break free of all the creatures in the woods that were around the house. Meanwhile, let's finish this off upstairs, Dion.
yeah.
All right. What are you guys doing?
I mean, I have a knife in me. What's around? I mean,
There's boxes, heavy books, not a lot else.
I'm going to.
Got your GoPro.
No, that's on Bill.
Oh, that's right. Bill's got the GoPro.
I'm gonna try and I want to say something like I want to open up the trap door and try and throw Bill down it.
Okay. All right, so that's what you want to try and do.
What?
Bill, what do you want to try and do?
Maybe I'll when he tries to throw me down, I'm gonna try and twist the knife and push him down.
Okay.
Push him out the thing, make him fall with the knife in him.
So it sounds to me like Dion is getting this trap door open, and then you're fighting over the top of it and trying to find out who can throw who down. That's what
Yeah.
it sounds like. So this is going to be a contested roll.
All right.
Now,
I'm using.
Bill, you're particularly good.
I'm using our final desperation token and keeping
Ha-ha!
the reserve one.
Okay.
Now remember, desperation points have to be spent before the roll. So even though your personal one you have to spend it before, unless your thing says otherwise. I don't think that it did.
No, it's one that I can use only myself. So I took the party's last one.
Yeah, it's just a desperation. So you don't want to spend that one, but you're going to deny Bill his.
Yes.
Okay. Now here's the sad thing, though. You're not particularly good at fighting, and Bill is.
Oh, can I use both or no?
You can use both, yes.
Oh, then I'm going to use both.
All right.
Okay, so that's a +4, but it's a D6 roll, and you need a 6. You're not particularly good at fighting. Bill, I think fighting was your primary thing, right?
It's a secondary. Yeah.
Secondary, so you're a D8.
But I have a +4, right?
You have
So
a
as long
+4 to
as
the
I
roll.
okay. All right. So I got a 6.
So you
total.
get a 6. That's a success. Now, if Bill doesn't succeed, Bill does not succeed.
Woo!
No, I don't.
Dion, you manage to throw the top of the trapdoor open, and then there's a struggle over the top of it. And you're not very good at fighting, but Bill will say is just unlucky. And he slips in some of your own blood, Dion, and he goes tumbling down. I'm going to say that's good for 2 points of wounds. How many wounds can you hold, Bill?
4, so that's half of my.
Okay, so you fall, take 2 points of wounds, but now you're down. You're down about 8 feet below. The cord and the ladder are drawn up. You don't see Oak anywhere. What are you guys doing?
I want to throw a book at him.
Okay. Bill, what are you doing?
So that's 8 feet up. That's 2 for me to.
Well, you could jump. You can jump, grab it, and try and pull yourself up. But of course, he's seeing all this happening, so it's gonna be rough. But you could. Or
This
you can
might
figure
be
out
bad,
something
but
else.
This might be bad since one shot. I'm going to run into the living room. Is there fire still going?
So you're in the living room now. The fire isn't going, but it is gas or logs. So it's a push button start. If you want to get the fireplace going, you can get it going.
I'm gonna all right, I'm gonna get the fire going I'm gonna turn the gas on just full
Okay.
and light a piece of wood away from it. So the idea being is I want the gas to fill up a little bit and then go boom.
Oh, so you
catch something
turned the
on fire.
gas on, but you didn't hit the ignition, so you're letting the gas fill the room. Okay.
Yes.
So
Nice.
Dion, Bill has moved away from below, so you can't see him.
All right. Is there a window?
So you throw a book or two, but he's moved out of the way. So what do you want to do?
Is there a window?
No, there's no window up in this crawl
No
space.
window up here.
Uh-uh.
Oh, damn. Okay. So I'm just stuck down there.
But
Well,
it is a wood structure.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and kick out a side panel or something to get out.
Okay. Do you have anything that says that you're particularly strong?
I'm really cool. So
Nice.
The wood doesn't care how cool you are.
all right.
So you have
I'm
to hit it
gonna-
with your hand like Fonzie if you're cool.
Yeah. So I'm
You
gonna
got to do
use
the hey.
I'm gonna use a body point.
So you don't
with
have to
my
until
roll.
after you roll. So
Right.
go ahead and roll first.
Okay. So it's a D6.
You don't have to declare. Yeah, you don't have to declare that's
All
okay.
right.
So that's going to be a fail because you need a 6. But if you want to spend a body point, there you
Fair.
go. You got it. So you kick, and you crack open a piece of the wood, and the moonlight kind of streams through. You're 10 feet up the holes to the backyard, and that's about the time you smell gas.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
Bill.
leaving.
If any of these bastards get away, you know that you and your uncle are going to prison. What are you doing, Bill?
Well, knowing what I was coming here to do I have like guns or anything stashed around that I can grab?
Gonna say no. No.
And do I hear the wall being?
You hear wood breaking, but you have no idea what's going on.
Okay, if I don't have any idea what's going on, I'm probably still gonna light the thing and get out of there.
Okay. Probably go out the front door and just throw your lighter in.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's how it's gonna work, Dion. If you want to try and jump, just as explosion lights you up in the background, roll a d6. You need a 6 to do it without damage. If you don't get the 6, you're still going to get down, but you're going to take some wounds, which might.
Can I?
Go
Okay,
ahead.
so I'm gonna do a roll, but I might use my wits if I fail, and I'm gonna try and use
Okay.
my wits to
Sure.
jump into a tree.
Yeah, jump across to a tree instead, or into a bush.
That's a 5.
So 5.
All
You
right.
need a 6 unskilled, though. Well, actually, this is kind of a cool thing. I'll give you the 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you do. You jump across to a tree just as there's a big explosion and the cabin catches fire. Bill, you know that the concrete downstairs will keep everything, all the projects downstairs will keep from burning up. You know
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Cabin is going to go up, but that's fine. That's fine. Out of the distance, Oak, you see fire coming from back in the cabin. You've made it to this large antenna on the back end of this island. Looking down at the bay below you, there's a small motorboat down there.
That's where I am headed as quickly and as unless it's treacherous, and I'll be careful. But I'm trying to get to the boat.
Okay. It's a sheer cliff down. I'm going to want to roll to get down there, but if you make it down there, you can get away on the boat. If you fail the roll, you'll take some wounds.
Oh, I'm pretty
I
bad.
don't know how many
so,
more you can take.
I'm looking at how far out does it look like it'd be more feasible for me to just try to make a leap out into the ocean? Would be safer because I'm
It
pretty
might
messed
be.
up. Yeah,
It might be.
try to judge it. I'm going to back up a bit, get a running start, and just try to leap as far as I can out into the water.
Nice.
All right. Well, roll me that D6. You know what? Yeah, roll a D6, but we'll count this as you being good as a gamer, knowing that, hey, I might have better odds. Okay, so that's a miss. That's a 4. Do you have anything that you can spend, either wits or
Nope.
body?
I've got
Okay.
one wound left. That's all I got.
Okay, you have 1 wound left. You take a wound, so you're knocked unconscious, but you're not dead.
Yeah, well, I'm in the water now, drowning.
Yep. There's a splash and everything goes dark. Dion, you're hanging onto a tree.
Mhm.
Big explosion behind you. The cabin goes up in flames. What do you do?
Amidst the chaos, I'm gonna try and go towards the tower that was pointed out before.
You're going to go to the tower. In the light of the fire, you can see that there's more of these chimeric creatures, part animal, part human, between you and the direction that you're going. How do you want to get past them?
I want to try and go around. Like, since I can
Try and go
see
around.
shadows of them and stuff, I want to try and like navigate around it all.
Okay. What is your skills again? Let's see.
Being pretty, being cool,
pretty
being
cool and
nerdy.
nerdy. All right. I'll give you nerdy. It's still a D6, but you can get a 5 or a 6.
Okay. So there, and I'm gonna use my brains to
Okay.
try and like also navigate through better.
Yeah, so blow once, roll a D6. Sure.
Nice.
You find the best way to get through without having to engage any of the creatures. It's slow going. You hide here and there, but you head towards that direction. Bill, the cabin's burning nicely. Everything might be safe, but you don't know where Oak went. You didn't see him in the living room. If he's in that house, he's probably dead. But You don't know where he is. What are you going to do?
I know, but I probably know where the boat is.
Yeah, the boat's well, the boat is at the dock that you know of.
I would probably run by there first.
Okay.
And if I don't see anything there, I'm going to run to the tower where the other boat is.
Okay. So you go down to the dock and you're being very careful. You don't know if Oak is laying in wait for you or not. The boat's still there. It's an old oar boat. It's still there. It's still tied to the dock. So you think, shit. And you start running
Okay.
for the tower.
Right.
All right, Dion,
Yeah.
get to the tower.
Hmm.
Blinking lights. But you don't find anywhere to hide. You don't know what to do. You get there, and then there's this big drop off the end of the island to the waters below, and you see a motorboat that's just kind of anchored, just off. And you see down in the reflected light of the full moon, Oak is floating in the water, not moving.
Mm. Is there a way around rather than straight down that cliff? Can I navigate?
You can
around
kind
there
of try
down that?
and get down. It's a pretty sheer cliff. Like you can climb down or try to.
Is there like a way
Uh,
around though? If I go a little further down, or
You want to take the time to go around. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to say you're taking the time to go around and down,
yeah,
which means Bill, you catch up. You look down. You didn't know there was a boat off the side of the island. There shouldn't be, but there's a boat anchored off the side of the island. Oak is floating in the water, none moving.
Okay. And I see Dion.
No, you don't see Dion. No, you don't see Dion. Dion's off looking for an easier way down.
All right. Well, I mean, I would probably want to get to the boat myself so I could disable it because I know where the real boat is.
Yep.
I want to make sure that.
Yeah, you have no idea what this boat is. There shouldn't be a boat here, and that's a motorboat too. So it's not
I'm
one of
gonna
your
go-
uncles.
I'm going to head down and check it out.
All right, you're going to go down the sheer cliff. You're going to dive into the water. How do you want to get down?
I'll dive into the water.
Okay. Are you particularly athletic?
Fighting or shooting.
Yeah, that's not particularly athletic. Okay. Why don't you just roll a d6 then?
Okay. Okay, can I add my
Great.
body?
You can. If you've got any body points left, you can
I
spend
do.
one and roll a d6 and add it to that 3.
Let's do that. Okay, 7.
Okay, that succeeds. You get down without taking any wounds. The water laps over the boat. Oak is still floating there, unconscious. Actually, he might be dead. It's hard to tell.
Okay, well, I'm gonna take care of this boat first. So I'm gonna get in the boat and see if there's anything in it. See what I can see about it.
Okay, you go over to the boat. Oak, do you have any body points left at all?
No, I spent everything.
Roll a d6.
Oh wow!
You're conscious. You're conscious. You have one wound back. You're floating in the water. You see Bill on the boat doing something with the boat.
I'm going. Is there anything like I don't know how far I'm up. Is some rocks around someplace I could try to like hide?
Yeah, you can kind of just kick off to the shoreline if you want. Now remember, you
Or-
don't know what happened between Bill and Dion.
Oh,
You weren't
that's
up there
right.
to see
Yeah,
it.
I don't know that he did anything. So I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, I'm like, Bill, thank God. I start swimming for him. Yeah.
What do you do, Bill?
I kind of, shake my head, and then I'll extend my hand and help him up.
Dion, make it out.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know what happened. The something caught the house on fire, and I barely got out.
We got to get out of here. And I start looking around for like how to get this boat started.
It's motorboat. It's got a ripcord. So there's a there's a thing of fuel. Looking at it though, it kind of comes to you. This boat is kind of matte black. You're looking at it. You look to the side of it. It's got 3 letters. This is opposite where you got onto it, Bill, so you didn't see it. It says DEA.
What the hell's
Beyond,
DEA boat
you're
doing
running
here?
through the night. Something steps out in front of you, and you're spotlit in a very bright, like flashlight. What do you do? Okay, you stop and put your hands up.
Yeah.
You hear from the darkness, "Get your hands in the sky! Hit the ground! Lay down! Put your hands out!"
I lay down. Please,
Bunch
please.
of guys
They're
in
trying
black.
to kill me. They're trying to kill me out there. I've been stabbed. There's
So
monsters under the cabin.
you're ranting, and one of the guys handcuffs you, and you hear him say, "Yeah, this is Charlie. Base. We got somebody out here, probably cracked out of his mind, talking about what drugs are you on, son?"
I didn't do any yet. The mushrooms were in the cabin and it lit on fire.
Positive. We got one here that's just confessed to having drugs on the premises. All right, send in the teams. Back in the boat. Oak, you just saw DEA printed on the side of the boat. Bill, what are you doing? Oak's looking for a way to get the boat moving.
Do I still have the knife on me?
Of course.
I'm gonna stab him in the back.
All right. So I'm going to say that Oak is surprised.
Oh,
So go ahead. It's a fighting thing, so it's a D8 for you.
You know.
You need a 5 or a 6 to succeed. Oh, you fail. Okay, Oak. Bill lunges for you. You turn around just to see it, and that's what saves your life as he stumbles and that butcher knife passes in front of you. So now we're on full-on battle here. So, Bill, are you going to continue to try and kill him? And Oak, what are you
Yeah.
trying to do?
I'm
I
trying
don't
to
see
shove
how I
him
can explain
overboard.
this away. So
You're trying to throw him overboard?
Yeah,
All right,
it's-
we'll
it's
do a
literally-
versus
I'm
test
just trying
here.
to get him and like just let momentum carry him over or something.
Okay, so Bill, you're going to do your normal fighting roll. Oak, you're not particularly athletic. I'll let
Nope,
Gamer work because you're using tactics. So you need a 5 or a 6, but you're only rolling a D6.
Okay. Nope.
Oh,
And I'm dead.
ooh. And I think that's a 7 for you, Bill.
yep.
Yep. So it's 2 points of damage. You only had 1 wound. So that puts you into negative. So describe this, Bill. How do you kill Oak in cold blood?
So I go past him. He tries to grab me and throw me overboard. I turn around and I stick the knife up under his chin and it comes out the top of his head.
All right. And then spotlit as lights come on around you as these other black quiet ships start turning on. They're all spotlighting. So, Bill, you've just done the killing blow. You just shoved that butcher knife up under Oak's head, and then you're blinded by all these searchlights that are just illuminating this as Oak kind of slides off the blade.
Yeah,
And
my
then-
hand's probably still on the knife.
And then the guns start, and Bill, you're taken down in a hail of gunfire.
All right.
So so the wrap up for this, the DEA agents come onto the island. Place is burning down. They do an investigation. Dion, you're behind bars for a little bit, but since you're the pretty one, you are eventually released, and you have also fulfilled your agenda of being the last one
Ah,
My agenda
nice.
was I wanted to start my own solo career, so if there was a situation where one of you was about to die, I would freeze up and allow it to happen because I just want to move on with a solo career.
Nice.
And at some point, the Wi-Fi is restored in the morning, and even though Bill's corpse is being loaded into a body bag, the GoPro beeps, and all that data is streamed online once it reconnects.
Oh wow, nice,
Nice.
nice.
And I become famous!
Mine was
Book
a
deals!
derangement, but I had to
Oprah!
I had to pick a thing where basically I had a mental snap, and it was just seeing those things. So that was pretty easy there.
I love
Wow.
Yeah.
that.
All right. Well, what did you guys think of the system? It's
This was
very
a lot
simple.
of fun.
That was fun.
Yeah,
There's
That
a-
was
it's
fun.
made for one shots. Go
The
ahead.
thing that hit me is just the story itself, and with the creatures, what popped into my head was the stress mechanics from Alien would be great with this. The
Oh
story.
yeah, yeah.
I didn't figure out that I was gonna be one of the bad guys until, maybe like 2/3 of the way through the game. I was like,
Yeah.
this would be cool.
Yeah, mine.
Yeah,
had
that's
the
how it's
option where
supposed
I
to
could have
work.
become a bad guy too.
Yeah. That's how it's supposed to work. You guys are supposed to just come up with something neat in the story and then kind of weave it in as you're
Yeah.
able to. So that worked out pretty well. But yeah, again, the system's made for one shots. There's really no experience system. You don't really improve the characters. So it's just like, if you wanted to play a Call of Cthulhu scenario without using the full rules and just wanted something quick and easy, Fear Response is the name of the game. It uses what's called the Lucky 7 system. They do a couple of other games as well. I think, let me look this up real quick. I've played a few of these on stream already. Urban Knights and Defiant Earth are the other two that they do. Also fun games. So check it out. The links are in the chat for both the Fear Response game and the Grindhouse Adventure. It's a double feature. There's another module in there. Both of these games are under $5 on drive-thru. A lot of fun. Dion, what do you got going on? Let's do our ending credits here.
Hey, before you do that, what is
Oh.
how do you get and how does Resolve work for the game?
Okay, so Resolve, if you notice on the fear table, if you make an extraordinary success, you gain Resolve. Resolve removes any trauma that you have, but if you have positive Resolve, it adds a bonus to the terror check.
That's cool.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah. Cool. So Dion, what do you got going on?
Well, when I'm not playing TTRPGs with all my super cool awesome friends like you guys, including Richard, who was not featured in today's film, you can find me on my channel at Substances Used, where I play retro JRPG games and I do a lot of GTA 5 roleplay. You might have missed the zombie apocalypse last night, where I played as my blonde bimbo, Brittany Brittany, and it was quite crazy and unexpected of a night. So if you
Nice.
ever see that live notification or see me live, take a peek in. Some crazy stuff happens.
And Bill only occasionally tries to kill him.
hmm
We need to say
Oh,
any
my
letters or
goodness.
words with you, Dion? To say it
What?
with you now or anything? Do we need to say anything with you now? Since,
You know what? We can plug Richard since he's not here. You can find Richard playing video games badly over at, say it with me now. Limited
Limited
time
time offer.
No vowel.
LMTTDDR
No vowels.
PPQ394.
LMTT DFFOR or FFR, yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. Oak, what do you got going on? We're making you late for your game, aren't we?
No, mine usually doesn't get rolling until closer to midnight. So
okay.
that's mine. Midnights, Tuesdays, and Fridays. I play in a game, 5e Homebrew. DM Kelsto runs those. And then Saturday night, midnight Central is my Grimdark Homebrew. And I would say help me get to 100 subscribers on YouTube for a custom name, but they just rolled out handles, so now I've got one anyway.
I was wondering about that. I saw the thing
I just
today.
got it today.
Yeah.
So I'd still appreciate more, but yeah. That's it.
Yeah, go and give Oak a boost if you haven't subscribe to his YouTube channel, and do the same for ours too. We can use a few more. We can use a few more. Bill, what do you got going on with the frogs?
Still running Lost City Baracus. Got another session next week or tomorrow actually. Running my Dwaro Deep homebrew, or not homebrew, but it's like a West Marches style game, and possibly some One Ring role playing game coming up soon. Nothing being streamed as of yet, but we'll see.
Nice. And found us, you know where we are, twitch.tv/Steam Steel Murder. This Friday, we've got some BX Dungeons & Dragons going on. This Saturday is Cyberpunk Red, and this Sunday is Shadowrun, 2nd edition. So check that out. Go to BlueMagic, BLUMAGIK.com. That's where we keep all of our links and 13 years worth of podcasting goodness. All right, guys, say goodbye to everybody.
Goodbye,
everybody.
Hi, everybody.